mass shooting on Sunday in Gilroy, California, Democratic presidential candidates made their now routine calls to fix violence by making you less free. Permanently getting rid of constitutional rights in order to fix societal problems is always a bad idea. But would the Democratic plan even work? In the UK, for example, heavy gun restrictions failed to stop crime. Now the country is trying to implement knife control. It's not working. Knife crime in England and Wales is up 8% compared to last year. That should tell you something important. Ryan Cleckner is a former Army Ranger and now writes at The Federalist. He joins us tonight. Ryan, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
What are they? We always want to take policy prescriptions seriously because who knows, they could become law at some point. What are they prescribing, and would it have the effect they claim it would?
No, you're talking about the Democratic presidential candidates for prescribing gun control. Absolutely not. Now, there's myriad reasons why. Well, one of the reasons is, I mean, how many laws did the shooter in California break? I mean, murder, assault, vandalism, trespassing, possessing that firearm in California. I can't even count them on one hand. Possessing the firearm in a gun-free zone. None of those laws did anything to prevent that shooting. So if just the 6 I thought of right now didn't do anything to prevent the shooting, why do they think the 7th law would do anything to stop it?
Well, that's a great question. They have to know that. They have to know that nothing that they're proposing would stop a determined shooter. So why are they continuing to demand it?
They want guns gone. So you've asked me before why I think that these gun control measures come up, and I've changed my mind as time goes on. That I used to say, you know what, they're just misguided. That they want the same thing you and I want. They want kids safe, they want people safe, and they just don't understand that banning guns is going to have nothing to do to solve the problem and everything to do with infringing on people's rights, and we just need to educate them. And as time has gone on, I've just been more and more convinced that they don't care that it's going to do nothing to stop mass shootings. And I can prove it. In this Gilroy, California shooting, this horrible event, we already saw the call for gun control from every anti-gunner out there. They already called for gun control without first even knowing what gun the shooter had, how he got the gun, any of the details of the event, which means they were calling for gun control well before they knew the efficacy of their current laws or even what their proposal would even solve. So that right there was a clear sign to me that they don't care anymore. They're calling for gun control with zero respect for what it would do to solve anything. They just want the guns gone.
So what you're saying is this is an attack on the autonomy of American citizens. They don't think your average person ought to be able to have guns because that's just too much personal freedom.
The autonomy, you're right. More important, the safety, the livelihood. See, the problem is, you know this, Tucker. Every single one of these shootings, maybe a couple haven't, but the vast, vast majority of these mass shootings, or even mass killings, we shouldn't even just say shootings, they happen in gun-free zones. Back from Louie's Cafeteria in Texas to high schools, to movie theaters, to shopping malls, to this garlic festival. They all have something in common, and that is they're stripping the ability of the everyday American to defend themselves. That's exactly what happens. We know it's what happens. You take guns away. People cannot defend themselves. And then other people, we call them criminals, you know, those that don't obey laws no matter what the law is. The criminals, the ones that won't be affected by those gun laws, they take advantage of that. Why else would they only attack these gun-free zones?
Excellent point. Great to see you, Ryan. Thank you for that.
Thanks.
America's higher education system is fundamentally a scam. How rotten is